So I know these players are both definitely looking for that win, hoping to hit that 31 points and hoping the other table doesn't end up tying um, to have a chance at getting that one of those top 8 slots.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Michael, if he wins, he's in a cut with 4 Mega Guardies.
Yeah, that's definitely not something to look forward to. As we saw yesterday, actually from Michael too.
Yeah.
Just that Gardevoir deck does not treat those Mewtwo's kindly.
Andrew kind of has a little bit more of a game against it, just because Volcanion can pop out of nowhere and do 220 damage.
And it looks like Andrew does start with getting that Hoopa on the bench and going for 3 EX Pokemon. And as we can see there, one of them he grabbed was the Salamence. So it may be that we actually will get to see the Salamence in play.
Please. I love getting to see newer cards being played.
There we go. We see an Elixir from Andrew. And he did find the energy. Right now, obviously, with Michael only having the one Mewtwo, trying to commit energy to the Salamence isn't the best idea. It's definitely going to be better a couple turns from now as Michael attempts to set up. So, attaching to the Volcanion now, getting ready to possibly swing for that 130 damage, unless he can get a couple steam ups going. But it's definitely looking good for him and his energy right now.
Yeah, and already having 2 on the Volcanion EX means that it's not going to take long for a bunch of Volcanic Heats to start raining down. And remember, this is the list with the Salamence and the Flareon, and only 2 of the baby Volcanion.
Yep, that's Andrew is definitely looking for just those heavier hitters and moving a little bit faster with those elixirs rather than worrying about using the power heater to power up the EX on the bench.
Yeah. And we saw him Ultra Ball for the baby Volcanion and then play an N. Also while putting Parallel City down on himself.
Yep,
so
he was able to get rid of that Shaman, doesn't want
And
to
the
take
Hoopa.
in any sort of prize. Yep, and the Hoopa.
So let's see what these new 6 cards can net him. Another Max Elixir maybe? He did go first, so there's no attacking from him.
But he's definitely in a good position to have that attack ready to go and swing in next turn. He does pass though. He just draws his 6 and passes.
So Michael's hand is actually pretty good. It's kind of what you want. There's a Spirit Link, there's an Energy, and then there's a Shaman, but he kind of drew too many cards to where he can't play them all to lower his hand size.
Yeah, he does luckily get an energy, but
He
he's
could just be
debating.
debating,
He
yeah.
does. He's gonna throw it away in hopes that he finds the Mega and a Turbo, rather than attaching.
He can Energy Absorption this turn.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But he missed the Mega, so he's not looking too thrilled about that.
Well,
it
it's
doesn't
turn
matter.
1.
It's turn 1.
Yeah. So 2 Spirit Links on both the Mewtwo's now.
Which is, I don't think we've seen a Mewtwo deck do that decently with Spirit Links all day yesterday.
Well, there was the one round where it just completely dominated his
the
opponent.
one game.
Yeah, no, there was the 2-0 from Mega Mewtwo, the Mega Mewtwo Jolteon.
Jolteon, I forgot that one.
Yeah. Alright. Steam Up. Energy Retrieval. We're going to see another Steam Up. They're attached to the active one. Reverse Seeker does get the N again. Standard has a lot of N's being played.
Yeah, that's we talked about it yesterday. Just it's such a great draw supporter early game. It's very helpful crippling if you're behind with your opponent. Um, it's just overall to get 6 cards, or at least like put some resources back. Also, it's just overall a great supporter,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Oh, there's the Hoopa from Michael in his hand. Next turn he can get 2 Megas online.
It looks like Andrew's going to go ahead and get rid of that Parallel City to play down his Rough Seas.
Yeah, now you can bench more of the Volcanion EX.
Be able to
And-
steam up and
Yeah, I don't think Rough Seas will be that big of a factor because Mewtwo's just going to try to get large enough to one-hit the Volcanions.
seeing Ultra Ball from Andrew.
So for sure get another Volcanion EX. Okay. Shaman set up, drawing 4. Does he hit the floatstone though? No.
No, he doesn't, so he just passes to Michael. Now Michael, does get the Mega off the top deck, so he will be able to use that Hoopa for possibly, another regular Mewtwo as well, rather than needing to get 2 Megas with it. He can only grab the one for his Mewtwo on the bench. Maybe get a Shaman to draw some more cards.
So I think he's deliberating what all he's actually going to do. If he wants to commit the DCE to the active Mega Mewtwo. Alright, so he is attaching the DCE, and with that he'll be doing 150, 160. And I think he's also scared of playing down the Hoopa because of the Salamence.
Yeah, the Salamence is definitely on his radar now. Kind of like we were saying, that he only had the one, so it wasn't going to be super big for Andrew to power him up early. But that's Michael didn't want to play. You're right, the Hoopa down to get any more EXs on the board, making sure that Salamence can't, accidentally overtake one of his Mewtwo's.
Yeah, he opted not to play the Hoopa, but now he doesn't have access to the second Mega Mewtwo. He's just gonna have to draw it normally or draw an Ultra Ball.
Right. Now he did end, so it's possible that we'll see one of those cards. He hasn't played much from his deck, so he still does have those resources. He should be able to find another Mega next turn.
Fresh new hand of 6 for both players. Ooh, there we see 2
Ooh, we
fairy
see he
drops.
got both of his fairy drops.
Alright, that could be big.
Link's not affecting him too much today because he did find another one, but sadly no Mega and no Ultra Ball.
So he could. So there's a choice. He can Parallel City blue side to him. It reduces Andrew's damage by 20. And it would be for the rest of the game because the only way to bump Parallel City for Andrew is that Rough Seas that's in play. But he decides to just limit Andrew's bench instead.
Limited to 3, and this may be really good because he does just pass instead of. Oh no, I'm sorry, he did attack. I thought he was going to say pass. I thought it was a little weird, but I was like, okay. Anyway, so we do see the attack from Michael. It doesn't quite get the knockout on that Volcanion. However, with being able to limit Andrew's bench to 3, Andrew won't be able to play any more Shamans or do anything to try to play down the cards in his hand to try to draw more or anything like that.
Yeah, I think I would have rather liked the minus 20 side to be on Andrew, since that 20 damage actually matters. With a Volcanion with 3 steam ups can knock out the Mewtwo, but I guess by limiting his bench, he may be able to limit the number of Volcanions he has in play.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what Michael was really more concerned about is avoiding letting Andrew get too many Volcanion EX down, because as of right now, Andrew can only perform Steam Up twice. We did see him get the escape rope, so we'll most likely see that attack, but I just don't know how many energies Andrew has in his hand to be able to maximize the damage onto Michael's Mewtwo EX, or Mega Mewtwo EX, sorry.
So he does have energy retrieval in that trainer's mail? Is that what he's thinking about?
I think so, yep.
Yeah. So we could see 2 Steam Ups, but he does not have room on the bench to play a third one.
Right, so that's the max this Volcanion is going to be doing to the Mega Mewtwo is 190. Now, luckily for Andrew, it's not the damage swap one. Otherwise, he'd be in a bit of trouble trying to take this attack. But at the same time, I forgot he had the escape rope was going to get rid of the Mega, so he is going to get the knockout on this regular Mewtwo.
Yeah.
If he's able to hit the 2 Steam Ups.
The thing that's really bad for Andrew about this, though, is that Mega Mewtwo is going to be untouched next turn.
Yep.
It's going to knock out this Volcanion, and the other one's heavily damaged.
And Andrew just missed that Max Elixir.
Oh. And I think it's just the fact that he doesn't really have a good choice for an attacker. Salamence is not doing anything. Baby Volcanion, it's good, but...
Oh, yeah, and you know what? Knocking out this Mewtwo, that Salamence is going to do even less now.
I was talking with Andrew earlier, and even during our deck interview, he said Salamence was terrible all day yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I think it's more the same today. He's just too easy to play around.
Yep, and I think a lot of it had to do with Andrew kind of lost that surprise factor by dropping it so early. Michael instantly knew, okay, well then I can't play down any more than 1 or 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So here we go, back to Michael's turn. Oh no. Oh yeah, back to Michael's turn. Andrew did not attack.
No, it's been Michael's turn. He knocked out the Mewtwo.
Oh, I'm sorry. The way Andrew was moving around, it looked like I'm sorry. I forgot he knocked out the Mewtwo.
Yeah. So we see an N putting Andrew to 4 prizes.
4 prizes, yeah, because he knocked out the EX.
And
Michael will still get to draw 6 before taking his first 2 prizes on this.
Yeah.
Maximizing the N for what it is right now.
Gosh, Mewtwo does so much damage. Alright. Let's see. You would probably want another Mewtwo on the bench, right? Or do you think this lone Mega can get him there?
Honestly, right now, the lone Mega seems like it's going to hold its own for a few turns. Missing that Elixir is going to be huge against Andrew. Now, granted that Baby Volcanion is ready to come up and Power Heater putting some energy back onto the board, but with that Parallel City locking Andrew to only 3, even if he puts a new Volcanion down, it will only be at max 2 energies by the end of next turn.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Michael did not discard the Parallel City in his hand. Maybe he is worried about another non-Parallel City Stadium from Andrew.
Because right now his whole control is the fact that Andrew can't play any more Pokemon down. So you understand the fear of, okay, if that stadium gets replaced, I need to be able to counter and do the exact same thing one more time. Or Delinquent even. He doesn't know if Andrew could play Delinquent.
He does go for the Trubbish so he can try to set up Garbodor. It would stop.
Yeah, he has a little more. He has time. I don't think he's too worried about anything happening to this Trubbish that he can't almost instantly fix and get him out of the active. It's not a super necessity for Michael right now.
If he gets out the Garbodor, that means no Steam Ups would be coming from Andrew. And if you remember, Michael still has both of his Fairy Drops left in his deck.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay. We see an in play, but yeah, that's even if, or even with that Garbodor, like you were saying just now, that's this little Mega could possibly then not even have to worry because he'll be able to heal it. He will be able to Power Heater, and Andrew's used quite a few resources. Finding consistent Rangers at this point is also going to be very difficult.
Yes. So he's gonna hope to try to get this new, fresh Volcanion charged up. and I don't even think you can really attack with the other one. Maybe that's one of your last prizes or last ditch hope, but
Oh,
it's
and it
not what
does
you
look
want to
like
do.
Michael got the DC again. He had a VS Seeker, a Mewtwo, and an Ultra Ball. What a hand to get off that in. We are going to see one of the power heaters.
All right, so there's 50 damage coming on the Mewtwo. Do you know it heals 50?
I believe that nice little fairy drop heals 50, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if Michael can actually draw it this turn. You definitely turned the tide of this game
Definitely. That's
into like Mike's still winning, but he would be dominating if he uses his fairy drop.
it's Michael doing some quick math, making sure. All right, if I do. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Even with that Fury Belt, that Mewtwo, that Mega Mewtwo is definitely swinging for enough damage to knock out this active.
A little bit, yeah. 190, I think. Hey, there's the Flareon EX. And I think we're just going to see a power heater.
Yep.
Nothing from Andrew.
No, it wasn't even. It was. He wasn't even. He didn't even have the energy ability to steam up.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to get that. Oh no, he didn't have any attachment.
Trainer's Mail. Probably looking for another
VS
Lysander.
Seeker, or Lysander. There's the VS Seeker for the Lysander, and yeah, it will knock out and take those last two prizes. So Michael takes game one.
Are you sad that he knocked out Flareon to win that game?
You know, it's bittersweet. Because I saw it coming, but then he dropped the flare and I was like, oh no, it has a little less HP, and you've moved the energies to it. That Mega Mewtwo now is definitely ready for action.
I like when things you like get knocked out.
That's not even nice.
All right, so remember, this is a potential win and in, depending on if the two 30s in the tournament ID this round.
Yeah, and that's I know those 30s are a little skeptical as it is, so they may have tried to play it out. We don't have any current updates for you guys. But as soon as we can get those, we'll let you know. But it's yeah, I don't think there's been any additions to the few that we've talked about already at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, I know that there is a Greninja left that's in contention, and it's playing a Vesterquin as a striker deck.
Oh, that's the build on that matchup for the Reninians?
Yeah, on the bottom one.
Yeah.
And then we also have, of course, the one we're watching, Volcanion versus Mega Mewtwo. And then I think the other one is Jimmy Zhang versus Klein Humani, and it's, I believe, Volcanion versus like a Jolteon Glaceon Garb deck.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see. And I know one of the 30s is playing Mega Guardy also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's looking like there's going to be 3 or 4?
No, there's 4 Mega Guardies.
There are 4 Mega Guardies.
Possibly. That's the most it could be. And that's out of 5 Mega Guardies entering day 2.
That's Michael will definitely have his work cut out for him if he does end up taking this game too. Oh, excuse me.
As I was talking with him, he's like, yeah, I don't expect to get past top 8 if I do make it. It does look like Andrew mulliganed. Oh, is that a Hoopa?
I think it was the Super.
Oh no. Alright, and here we go for game 2.
Alright, looking at Andrew's hand, he's got a couple things he can do this turn. He's definitely going to be looking for a new bench Pokemon. Oh, got the Ultra Ball, so he can definitely work with that. Sadly, not going to be able to Ultra Ball for the Koopa to get a couple Volcanions on the field.
Worst. It's just the worst. Ultra Ball for Volcanion EX instead of an Ultra Ball for Hoopa. And that's why I like the Mega Guardians, because they play 2 Hoopa. So stuff like this doesn't happen.
Exactly. And looking at Michael's hand real quick, he has a lot of energies, but he does luckily have that end to refresh his hand and maybe look for some different cards after attaching to that Mewtwo.
Alright, Fighting Fury Belt coming down, Floatstone coming down, and then we see an Elixir, and then most likely a Sycamore and
I believe he has an in hand, actually. I could be wrong.
And he hits the
That's what I
Elixir.
thought it was.
It's going pretty well for having started Hoopa.
Yeah, going a bit better this round for him. He's finding the energies, the attachments. So. Yeah, and based on holding it and letting Michael finish up his shuffle, it is probably a Sycamore.
I was just about to say that they're doing a lot of shuffling if they're going to go back into the man.
So Trainer's Mailing into that Ultra Ball was probably the best thing Andrew could have found based on the rest of his plays in his hand. We see his attachment for turn and another Elixir.
He hits it too.
Yep.
He's a fully charged Volcanion EX turn 1.
There we go. That's definitely what he was looking for last game, but he was able to now pull it off. He'll probably keep that Volcanion on the bench to keep it safe from anything. Not much the Mewtwo can do, not taking a turn yet. But he knows that Michael can't get rid of that Floatstone either. So
yeah, the Hoopa's definitely safe to retreat next turn. And the Mewtwo's that Michael does play can't even do damage in his deck.
right. So we see Michael get a Mega Mewtwo.
This hand was terrible.
Yeah, so he went directly. He skipped attaching and doing anything. He just went straight.
It was
to
a
put
bunch,
the
it
energies
was a
back
bunch
in.
of energy and 2 Mega Mewtwo's and then that.
Yep, and then staring down that Volcanion on the bench, knowing that with 2 steam ups and the energy it has, it's going to knock out this active Mewtwo. Michael doesn't want to waste any of the energies on a Pokemon that's potentially going to go down before his next turn.
Alright, so don't really see much from
And
Michael.
Michael, doesn't see a Pokemon, doesn't see
He's like, I don't know what I
an
can
Ultra
do.
Ball.
I don't know.
So there's the one. There's the one steam up needed. We see a Sycamore, one more energy. There it is. All right, so Andrew takes a quick game 2.
Wow, okay.
But sadly, Michael just couldn't find another Pokemon.
Yeah, so game 3 to decide top 8. And there's 26 or so minutes left.
Yeah, so that's if Michael can set up and if Andrew can set up like he did this game, we could see a full game 3 that even could cut it close to the time left.
Yeah. I'm actually excited. Like, I want to see a full game.
Yeah, that's game 1 was actually it was at the start looked a little bit like it could go back and forth, but then Michael just found that perfect lock against Andrew's Volcanions, getting rid of that one counter stadium with the Rough Seas early.
And Parallel just put in work.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if both players get set up, and if Andrew still has his stadiums, being able to possibly counter. Michael won't be able to go for that early lock unless Andrew plays down his Rough Seas first.
And Garbodor hasn't really been a factor in these games.
No,
So I'm
we saw
interested to
Andrew,
see
we
if-
saw Michael start to go for it in game 1 and realize I can actually just finish sweeping with this Mega Mewtwo here.
Yeah, and he just wasn't able to draw the actual Garbodor. It'll be interesting to see if he still like tries to go for it. I know it's really good in the matchup, so
Yeah, being
he
able
would
to
want to
make sure,
prioritize that.
yeah, make sure your opponent can't steam up, especially like we saw when Andrew got that turn 1, 3 energies, fighting Fury Belt, was ready to go with both steam ups, just 190. It looks like they're drawn, and it looks like a mulligan for Michael to start.
It's good because he did not want that hand.
No.
It was all like his support, like trainers, not really anything to draw. So, are you surprised by how well Guardy is doing?
I honestly am. Even coming to the tournament, talking to friends and other players, like they're really, from the handful I talked to, didn't see Gardevoir as a threat or as a deck. Like it didn't seem like a big thing on a lot of people's minds. I heard a lot about Evital. I heard a lot about Mewtwo. But yeah, that's hearing about Gardevoir itself wasn't one that I heard, and now here we have 4 going into the top 8.
It's crazy.
So we see a decent start from Michael, getting the Mewtwo energy and a Spirit Link, and it looks like he dropped that Parallel City right out the gate.
Yeah, well, it's still his only stadium, and that means if Andrew plays his parallel first, then he can't even play his. So he's playing his first, forcing Andrew to play the Russies if he wants to get out of it. And then if that happens, Cannabis just plays another parallel, and then it's there for good.
Yep. So just definitely taking advantage early about what he can do. Double checking his hand before he decides what he wants to snag with this Hoopa and its Scandal Rings. It looks like it's a Mewtwo and 2 Megas. I think he has another Spirit Link in hand.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, so that's much better start for Michael this game.
Which he had a pretty good start last game too. He won. Oh no, he didn't. Never mind.
No, he got. I was like, no.
It
like,
happened so fast.
I know. Game 2 happened extremely fast. All right, and he has the DCE as well. These Megas are his hand's looking much better now. It's possible we'll see
more
an
reminiscent
in
of game
from,
1. That's what I was trying to say, I guess.
It's we may see an in from Andrew. Just there's the rough seas. So now next turn, Michael's definitely gonna be looking for his parallel to make sure he has that luck again. We do see 1 steam up and then a Sycamore.
Having to discard a Max Elixir, that's never good.
You see another Volcanion in his hand, and it looks like an Ultra Ball, so it's possible that we'll at least see a couple Pokemon come down from Andrew. But discarding that Elixir, I don't know how much he'll be able to do.
Yes, he definitely wants to try to go get the baby Volcanion and use Power Heater this turn. And I think that's what he's trying to decide with what to discard.
So we are going to see an Ultra Ball with what? Oh, it's his Escape Rope and his in. Yeah, this is one of those starts where just Volcanion EX by itself wasn't quite there. Oh, he'll probably or he'll grab. Oh, he has the rough seas down. Never mind. He can. At first, I was like, oh no, he's only going to be able to play the 2, but he can actually grab another Volcanion EX, probably 2, and a Shaman, or some kind of combo of 2-1 of the 2. He may grab 2 Shamans just in case he wants to try to draw more, to really get something going. But from the looks of his deck, oh no, he does have the other one. Oh, he has the Salamence too. But he is just going to go, or not. Oh, he is just going to go for the Salamence, okay.
Well, he's figuring there's 2 Mewtwo out and a Hoopa, so Salamence is doing 160?
160, yeah, and then if you can get a Fury build on it, it's doing 170, which is enough to knock out regular Mewtwo's. And the Hoopa, actually, yeah? Hoopa's 170 HP or 180?
170.
Okay, so he could potentially knock out the Hoopa right now, too, if you can find a Fury belt for that Salamence.
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort. He's not getting 3 energy in play this turn.
Oh, and he actually opts not to drop the Salamence altogether.
Maybe fearing the Rough Seas, or sorry, the Parallel City.
Okay, he just
just
wanted
wanted
to
it
discard it
out of
altogether.
his
He doesn't
deck.
even want it. Like you were saying, you were talking to Andrew. He said yesterday it wasn't really working all that much for him.
Oh, he said it was like the worst decision he made for the deck.
I understand the tech, and I thought it was very interesting to say the least. But that's after hearing that it didn't do anything for him yesterday. That's understandable that he just wants it out
He
of
said
his
he would
deck
have put in
altogether.
a 12th energy or the 3rd Volcanion.
It looks like actually Andrew's just gonna pass. Not the best turn he could have had.
Yeah, no energy at all.
Yeah, that's definitely rough. He did get the baby Volcanion, but without energy, just oof. So here we
It's that
see an
steam up
Ultra Ball
he did.
from Here we see an Ultra Ball from Michael.
All right, so he does get the Trubbish, trying to stifle the 3 Volcanion EXs from using Steam Up.
We are most likely gonna. He's looking for that Garbodor, kind of like that lock he was going for that first game. He can get the Garbodor and get that now parallel because Andrew's one counter stadium is on the field,
Yeah.
and from the looks of his hand, he does have a VS
Ooh.
Seeker, so he's gonna be able
Oh.
to just get that Sycamore.
That hand was dirty. That was so good.
Such a beautiful turn
But
from Michael.
he does not get the Parallel City. Does he have a Trainer's Mail?
No, he doesn't get. I'm sorry. He does have a trainer's mail.
He does not hit
Finds the
though.
Spirit Link.
I think it's Center Lady and a Spirit Link. Center Lady would be good later on, not in the next few turns though.
He is grabbing it. I think he has a Sycamore in hand, and depending on how Andrew's next turn goes, if he happens to not find any energy again, Michael then just might start digging again, hoping to find that Parallel City. There we go, setting up a second Trubbish just in case the Lysander does happen.
And this Mewtwo's going to be hitting for 100 damage. 70 after the Rough Seas, if Andrew remembers.
All right, so
So-
we do see the Psychic Infinity 400.
That turn was really good for Michael.
Yep. I know it wasn't exactly, all the perfect he would have liked, but it still was a very nice setup for the next turn. Oh, and there we see. Okay, we see Andrew's Parallel City, but he plays it how Michael would have wanted played it anyway.
Well, you have to play. If you play it the other way, you get minus 20. You don't want that either. But
Right.
he's fine playing it now because
He'll be able
He-
to have the three.
yeah,
Yeah.
the 3 Volcanion EX out. He'd rather play on his own turn. And it also makes a dead card in Michael's deck now.
Oh, very true. And that's one steam up we see from Andrew. He's going to be able to power heater for 60, and it looks like he only has 2 energies in his discard. Michael going through there, checking for the resources. Oh, he actually has a third. But Michael going through, looking for the resources just to kind of see what he's played so far. Already throwing in his energies.
Yeah, we haven't even seen a Max Elixir played by Andrew, or he played one and didn't
Then
play.
we see just a fairy drop from Michael's
Ooh.
top deck. Now he could just heal off this 50 damage. Both of those Volcanions only have 1 energy. We didn't see much happen from Andrew's last turn, so maybe Michael will heal off and expect to be able to just not even worry about
I think
this
he
baby.
chooses to heal with the... Okay, so he's going to try for the Lysander, I believe, then. Otherwise, I would have chosen to heal with the Pokemon Center Lady, as if you wouldn't play a supporter this turn anyway, why not just make it the Center Lady instead of the Fairy Drop?
And he does have the DC in Lysander, so he can knock out that Volcanion on the bench.
Yeah, he'd be doing 200 damage. Or no, 190.
190.
But he chooses not to, so... I definitely would have rather liked the Center Lady play.
See another.
But no, he's just going to stick around.
Oh, but you know
he
what?
Wants that
he
Garbodor.
wants that Garbodor. Because if he has the Garbodor, then has even
There's
less to
no
worry about.
possible way,
Yep.
yeah.
And there it is. That Garbodor is down.
An escape rope would be actually pretty funny here. But
Oh yeah.
alright, so he takes the knockout on the Baby Volcanion. Let's see what Andrew can put together.
And he does take his draw, but he's gonna look at his discard real quick.
Does need some max elixirs.
See a Flareon in his hand.
That's not pretty good against Mega Mewtwo.
No, but he's gonna play it.
That's limiting himself though. I don't know how good that is.
Yeah, Michael's current active Mewtwo is just, it's swinging for a lot and trying to move any energy over to the Flareon just sets it up to be potentially Lysandered and knocked out, just kind of like we saw in that first game.
Yeah. Alright, so he still has his attachment for turn.
He did finally hit an Elixir. Oh, and we can
there's
see
another
another one. I think we got it. Yep.
So he can, if he wants, Volcanicate for 130.
The only problem being that's not enough to knock out that Mega Mewtwo.
Oh, it's not at all. And he already plays, like he plays the end for a supporter, so he doesn't really have an out to like Lysander the Garbodor this turn either. Michael just draws what he wants, energy. He already has everything he needs to play.
Yep, that's that other Mewtwo at this point is just on the bench just in case he needs to get another one going. But he feels pretty good about the two that he has set up now.
So now with 3 energy apiece on Mega Mewtwo's, maybe see an Ultra Ball here. No, just an end. I guess he wants to conserve that energy.
Well, he already attached to the Mega Mewtwo.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, I meant like Ultra Balling away.
Oh yeah. Well, like we saw yesterday, sometimes the problem was that they couldn't find the energies or the megas. So I think Michael, just having similar games to that yesterday, wants to just make sure that he has what he needs still at his disposal when he feels like it. Because he also threw that back to Stadium, not knowing that it's technically a dead card at this point.
Yeah, and he actually did Ultra Ball, failed to search. Just didn't shuffle his deck because it was already shuffled.
Another
That a
lesser
whiff on the max elixir?
missed.
That's really unfortunate. I think that was his last one. So now there's no possible way for him to charge up that Volcanion this turn?
It looks like there's only 2, maybe 3 energies left in Andrew's deck as it is.
So he would need access to a Fisherman or something to even get going.
Which we see right there under that Ultra Ball, so it's totally possible. But again, with that Garbodor, it just doesn't make too much sense because he can't steam up at all.
So I think we'll be seeing a Verseeker for Lysander. Okay, so he's just going to try to stall.
That's Michael did play his. Does he? I think he only plays the 2 float stones.
No, there is 3.
There is, but he actually has a Fairy Garden, and I think he has an energy in hand, doesn't he?
I love Fairy Garden. Yeah, he does have the
Yep,
energy in hand.
So that little Trubbish will be moving pretty quick here. But he went to Ultra Ball and realized, you know what, I don't need to do that. And so he's
There's
just
nothing
gonna,
I can get anyway.
Yeah. So
Maybe
we are
a
just gonna
Garbodor.
see, trying to uncover. There we go. Alright, so we'll see a Psychic Infinity for 100. There's just a pass from Andrew.
Oh, so I guess the whole thing I was saying about not being able to play parallel, well, Cannabis has the Fairy Garden, so now he's playing parallel.
Yep.
And that's going to be
And
the
Andrew's
game.
just going to go ahead and concede, so we do have
Michael Cannabis
Michael
is at
Cannabis.
31 points now and in very good position to top 8.
Yes, we aren't 100% sure on how those other matches had gone, but looking pretty good with 31 points.
Yeah.
Maybe his top 8 matches aren't the best, but getting top 8 over top 16 is still going to be a major goal.
Yeah. We'll be back with the winner's interview and some updated standings too.
Yes.
All right. Probably 3 minutes. All right, guys, welcome back. We just watched our last Swiss round of Dallas Regionals,
Yeah.
and you're at 31 points.
Yes.
So we know. Do you know if they ID'd the 30s?
I don't. I don't really see a reason why they probably wouldn't have. Really kind of. I'm not really sure what Marcos Garcia is playing off the top of my head. So if it was Mewtwo, maybe Noah decided to just slaughter. I'm not really sure. But obviously, if Jimmy and Klein intentionally, accidentally draw,
Yeah,
then
so
we're good. 'Cause
I was
as of right now, one's good
Yeah,
above them.
I was looking through their matches, and Jimmy is playing Darkrai Giratina Salamence,
Really?
and
Ah.
he had 2 Salamence on the battlefield against a field of 4 Volcanion and like 2 Shaman,
Seems good.
but he didn't have any energies, but he was up 1 game. So it's most likely going to be him. And then I think I just watched the finish of Alex Kreckler versus Tyler Vaughn. Alex actually beat Vespiquen 2-0 with Greninja.
Well, he doesn't play a guard though, so
Yeah.
honestly, I'm pretty sure it's favorite for Greninja. He's lost to 2 Greninjas in a row.
Okay.
This one and last round. I don't see how.
So
he
it looks
wins.
like there's you, Greninja, and Darkrai Salamence,
solid.
and then a lot of Mega Guardi.
Yeah, there should be 4 Mega Guardies in cut. I mean, the good thing is one, top 8, great. 2, one person in the top 4 spots will not be Mega Guardi. It should be Igor with Mewtwo. So
Yeah.
I'm just really hoping I find the mirror match and not the Guardies. I think he's probably going to be 4th seed, and I actually might be 5th seed, to be honest. So we'll see, because I started out, I know one of my losses is in top 8, so I feel comfortable. So that's just really all I have to pray for. I mean, if not, top 8 is top 8. So.
Yeah, and so you're basically hoping Noah Sawyer is the one that doesn't make it in.
Oh yeah, I mean that would definitely be most favorable. But at least if he does make it, that he's that I'm 5th and Igor's 4th or something along the lines of that.
I think it's actually impossible for, I don't know.
Because I don't know what they did this round. I don't know if Connor and Igor just ID'd. I don't know. I don't
They
even know.
probably
who's playing.
did.
Probably, which means that's my point. They're going to be sitting there. He could be 3rd and I'll be 6th. Who knows? I mean, all I can see is when the bracket comes up, what will happen from there.
Yeah, so how have you been doing this season?
Actually, this is my first season that I've just done terrible. I've bombed every event I've gone to so far. Florida Regionals, Philly Regionals, London Intercontinental. I haven't been able to make cut at any of them. So it's the first time I've missed cut it more. Actually, I don't think I've ever been done back to back. So now it's just the first 3 in a row. But
Well,
thankfully
it's
this
a new year.
Yeah.
It's a new top 8.
Yep.
And I know there's going to be a lot of Gardevoir,
Yeah.
but good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
All right, good talking with you, Mike.
Thanks, Jeremy.